Matthias, I'm fascinated by your service and refurb department here. Just give us a little bit of an insight as to what you actually undertake in this part of the factory.
Yes, we receive the machine, we disassemble it completely in the case of a total overhaul, a factory overhaul as we call it, and then we rebuild it. Those machines, they can be from the customer, means it stays customer property, or we can buy them back, means in an exchange with a new machine, or if the customer really doesn't need anymore that production capacity, we buy it back.
So how long have you actually been doing this here at Tornos?
We started in 2015 with the used machine business and in 2014 with the overhauling business.
And how many machines would be coming through here now in a year?
Now today we are at 30 machines approximately factory overhaul.
I said already, I've used the word twice, fascinating, because looking at these machines, you do everything on them, don't you? I mean, you putting new guideways on them, even to new parts on the older machines like for lubrication purposes. Correct. And stuff like that.
Correct. We're doing also upgrades naturally, so that our customers have a higher productivity. Here we see a multi-deco with a really high productivity, so this is a total overhaul as well. So the machine runs almost as new with tolerances as a new machine.
What about spindles and motors and things like that?
Yes, spindles and motors, naturally the spindles are exchanged. They're completely overhauled up there, first floor, and the motors, we exchange also the motors because usually those machines, they have old-type motors, so they have to be exchanged.
Will you remachine castings or scrape castings? How does that work?
We had just one case where we had to scrap castings because one of our customers drilled a hole in it, so it deformed completely. But normally those castings, they're still good, so they're making the core of the machine. They're in high quality and high precision.
So compared to, why would you do this rather than buying a new machine? That's what I'd like to establish as well.
There are two main reasons. If we already have 10 machines of the same type, you're already used to the programming and everything, and you just want to ramp up your production, then you buy exactly the same machine as you already had. That means can be a 10-year-old machine, completely redone, refurbished.
Is it as good as new?
It is as good as new, yes. Actually, yes.
And the control's another part as well. What would you do if there's a newer generation control from Fanuc maybe or something like that? Would you still have the old control or would you replace that?
No, we stay with the old control. As I said, the customer likes the continuity. So if the customer really wants to have a new product with new gimmicks, new programming and so on, then he buys naturally a new Tornos machine. So that's an evolution for the customer. If he wants to stay with the process that he has, he stays with a used machine.
Is any machine too old to go through this process?
Yes, naturally, if it's a machine out of the 50s, for example, then it's too old. I'm sorry.
But we are talking machines that may be 20 years old, 30 years old?
20 years old is no problem. Yeah. We still have all the spare parts for 20 years old machines. That's one of our main strengths also, that we continue to provide spare parts also for the old machine, 50 years old machine, 50 years. So it's really important that we have that continuity for our customers since the machines are highly productive.
Is this not affecting new machine sales though? Would you not find that instead of buying a new machine he might refurbish one, or does that not matter?
As I explained before, you can, or it depends on your strategy, on your production strategy. You can have or a new machine with a different setup, different conditions, or you take a same machine, a used machine, and you go ahead with just ramp up your productivity.
So we're talking ball screws, the linear rollers, linear rails, all of those elements of the machine, all changed?
Yes. We changed the linear guides in a factory overhaul. We changed the cabling, pneumatics, hydraulics. We upgrade the machine with a centralized lubrication system, and also naturally we do a software update, so we have the latest software on it and so on.
And is there any way you could maybe enlighten us to what sort of costs are involved in this? Let's say if you were to buy a new machine for £500,000, how much would it be to refurbish an old one of a similar sort of value?
Yeah, you have to calculate, it really depends on the state of the machine naturally also, but you have to calculate 50% up to 70% of refurbishing costs.
So potentially half the price, and you've got your machine refurbishment as
new.
possible.
As new, correct.
On the service side yourself, outside of the refurbishments, tell us a little bit about what Tornos does to support its customers. If there was a message you had for the UK market and the global market about why people should select your brand, what would it be from the service side?
One thing certainly for the UK market is also that we have the strength, a team there locally for the UK, which has a lot of experience in the field. Field service engineers are really good there. They're high-level guys there. And we do the same naturally worldwide. We have a total of approximately 100 people in the field for our customers. So that's definitely one of our strengths for Tornos, that we have a reactivity for our customers. And the other thing is we have naturally also our spare parts. Main spare part hub is here in Moutier, but we have also one at Chicago, and we have also one at Shanghai in China.
So if we needed a part back in the UK, we can get it pretty much overnight, can we?
You have naturally overnight from here, that's one possibility, but they have also some main stocks locally also. It's a small stock, but they have the main things that they need also locally.
And you're embarking on the path of Industry 4, which involves service, doesn't it? From your side, how will that help you here at Tornos?
It is especially the exchange of the information for the customer with the customer. That's the main issue. That means there we're talking about connectivity pack, we talk about net means cloud, exchange of data of the machine, like heat, like behavior of the machine. That will be more important in the future for our customers, so that we are proactive in contacting them. In effect, we showed at the EMO the dashboard, the service dashboard, and that is the first step to be connected directly with our customer, and we see the status of the machine. So that will be the future, giving the customers information in advance, reacting proactive.
Is Tornos as good as it gets when it comes to supporting customers?
Yes, we have calculated out of 10 8.5 in our yearly customer survey. So yes, we're between good and very good. We want to be very, very good. So that's our goal. We want to try to hit the 10 at a certain point. We're on the right way.